On Wednesday this week, we are not looking for anything really active coming our way until the weekend. We will be slowly warming up. We'll have some mugginess sticking around. Showers and a few storms then move in mostly on Sunday. So a little heads up for the weekend. You may have to deal with some rain on Sunday. Not as bad it's looking as last week at all. And then cooler and less humid weather returns early next week. We may have some 50s for the mornings early next week instead of these 60s to about 70 that we're expecting for the next several days. We do have the clouds. You can see our humidity has edged up a bit. Our temperatures are in the 70s, mostly lower to middle 70s, and our winds have calmed down a bit. They're now between about 5 and 10 or so miles per hour, and overnight I think they'll continue to decrease after we did see some breezy weather earlier today and that increase in clouds. And I was pointing out yesterday the big storm system to our north. It is swirling way off to the north at this point. Any rain now far to the north in Arkansas and farther north of there. So where we are along the Gulf Coast, we're just quiet. We do have the clouds, and again, we'll see our mugginess continue for the next several days. Tonight, low temperatures north of the lake, upper 60s, and south about 70 with mostly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow, high temperatures are expected around 83, very close to or just above what we hit today in the lower 80s. Sun and clouds mixed overhead. As for your planner tomorrow, waking up, kind of a mild, muggy sort of start. There might be a little patchy fog in the mornings, not looking extremely likely, but just mentioning that we might see that some mornings later this week. Noon, we're already near 80, and then tomorrow after work and school, we'll be back to about 82, and then falling into the 70s later in the evening. Now on Thursday and Friday, we continue to warm up a little. Friday, we may actually make it to middle or even upper 80s. And then this is our weekend forecast when our rain chances are back in play. There could be a sprinkle or two the next couple of days, but we're not expecting any significant rain. Saturday, we have a slight chance for a few showers. And then Sunday, I had kept our rain chance near 50%. Models are not in perfect agreement about especially how much we'll actually see from this system, but it does look like a slightly cooler day with those clouds and with the rain. So let me show you, this is one of our models, the Euro. This is the one that went a little heavier on the rain today as opposed to the GFS, which did not have as much. But the idea on Saturday is a few scattered or isolated showers. This is in the afternoon. We'll move ahead to Sunday, and here comes our next front, driven in with a low pressure system. 10 a.m., maybe a few showers. This would be the afternoon. It looks like mostly afternoon, although timing could change since we're still several days out. But this, I've paused it at 4 p.m. roughly. Showers, maybe a couple of storms, not really looking like a big severe setup, but of course we'll watch everything closely, again, since we're several days away from this event. And then this is by 10 p.m. In fact, through the evening, we may already be drying out, and then it looks like it should be fairly fast moving, bringing in that cooler and drier air for Monday and Tuesday next week. How much rain are we talking? Thankfully, it does not look like those several inches of rain, 8+ in some spots that we got last Wednesday. Instead, it's looking like maybe an inch or less for most of our area. The Euro has about a ½ inch. The GFS has about a ½ inch or less with those showers on Sunday. So it might be something you have to deal with and think about. A little bit of a breeze will kick up as well. But again, not looking too bad. We will certainly let you know if anything changes. It's not too often we get so in detail with a system that's 5+ days out, but clearly we really don't have that much happening in our weather until then, aside from that little warm up. So when it's quiet like this, you focus on the next weather system. And again, that's not till the end of the weekend. Monday, it's less humid. It's cooler. The mornings in the 50s. And then Tuesday looking pretty. We hang on to that lower humidity too.